Hi there, welcome to Cilantro's Kitchen. I'm going to show you a very quick recipe for Indian mint sauce or mint chutney. When you're at an Indian restaurant and you order samosas or papadums, usually that will come with a green mint sauce. And that's what I'm going to show you today. It's very easy, it's super tasty, so let's check it. First, you need fresh mint and fresh cilantro, or you might call it dhania, or you might call it coriander. But for each bunch of mint you have, you need a bunch of coriander, so match the bunches. I have four bunches of mint and 4 bunches of coriander. Now with the mint, because the stems are just a little hardier, it's better to get rid of those stems. You certainly don't want, trees like that ending up in your mint sauce. Now this is all eventually going to go in a blender, so as I chop these leaves up, I'm just going to pop them in the blender. So 4 bunches of each might seem like a lot. It's really going to fill your blender up. This is just the mint so far. But when you blend it, you won't believe how much it just disappears into nothing. And I love the sauce so much, I'm going to keep it around or freeze it. I'm always making more than perhaps most recipes are going to call for. Now with the cilantro, you can just cut basically the head right off. Maybe just shave some of the leaves there, like that. But with the cilantro, the stems are fine. So they are tender enough to be dealt with by the blender. Obviously, don't use the part that's just stems. Okay, next up, jalapeños. Now you can use any kind of chili pepper, and if you don't have fresh chili pepper, you can just use chili powder. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You want some heat in there. I happen to love jalapeños, so that's what I'm using, but you can use serranos or really whatever it is you want. And again, the blender is going to be good enough to chop these guys up without having to spend too much time chopping. Now I'm putting 2 in there. We'll do it to taste. Jalapeños are not always the same strength. We'll see. Okay, that's everything in. It's full, and now if you just blend it, it's not going to work. You need liquid for this blender to work. So first, we're going to add limes. Now some people will use lemons, others will use vinegar. Doesn't really matter what your personal preference is. I happen to like limes, but all of those 3 do the same trick, they preserve it. So let's go with the limes. I'm going to do 1 lime for every 2 bunches, and then we'll see to taste. Usually I end up adding more lime, but you can add a lot easier than you can take away. So you're going to see a tiny bit of liquid at the bottom. It's still not going to be enough, so we're going to add water. And we don't want to overdo it. Again, much easier to add than to take away. Okay, you can see liquid at the bottom. I'm very careful to add more liquid. I'm probably going to have to, but for now I'm just going to take a wooden spoon and press it on the top there. Of course, you have to be really careful when you do that. If you hit the blade with that wooden spoon, all hell's going to break loose. So be careful. Okay, I'm definitely going to need more liquid, but the reason I do that is I don't want to add too much liquid, and obviously when you blend the mint and the coriander, it does also create some liquid. So you've got to be careful with liquid. I'm going to add that much water. Okay, and there it goes. Now, first thing I'm going to do is just taste for the lime. And as predicted, I'm going to want more lime. But I think I'm good with the chili. I don't need any more jalapeno. That's plenty hot enough. So there's the lime. Next thing I'm going to add is cumin, that stuff. And I have the whole pods here, so I need to grind them up. I'm just using a handful like that. You can use anything. If you want to use coriander seeds or cardamom, I just happen to like, I think cumin goes very well with the mint sauce. And it doesn't have to be powder, but powderish. So let's try that. In it goes. Taste. Oh yeah. All right, now the next thing, well, the next two ingredients are a balancing act. Starting with sugar. You're gonna need a fair amount. I'm gonna do 2 pinches, maybe 3. You don't want it to be sweet. The sugar is there to balance. Next thing is salt. Now, again, you are using salt to balance with sugar. So let's just start with 2. All right, I'm actually gonna add yet another lime. Just feeling like it needs a little more of this. And now I'm perhaps in danger of having this too liquidy, but I have a trick for that. Okay, now this is the trick. This doesn't really thicken it much. It does a little, but this is yogurt, and you don't want sweet yogurt. This is just plain old European yogurt. Just don't have sugared or flavored stuff. And this, you want to put in at the end. You don't want too much of it because it's not a yogurt sauce, but it does give it a very nice texture and really adds to the flavor. Also, once the yogurt's in there, don't blend this thing on high. You don't want to get the yogurt all upset. Now, once the yogurt is in there, you can see the texture actually becomes quite creamy, which is nice. Now for the final tasting, I've decided I need another dollop of sugar. I think I'm good with salt, and I'm going to do a little more cumin. Okay. Final test. Oh, that's good. That's perfect. Tangy, got a bite, got a sweetness, got a sourness. It's just beautiful. We are done. That is your mint sauce. Now, I'm going to do another episode where I'll show you how to make samosas. But for this one, I'm just going to do boxed samosas so I can show you, of course, the money shot. All right, samosas are done, papadums are done. Time to test the sauce. Look at that. When you dip it in there, it doesn't run off. Perfect consistency. Magic. Magic. Now with the papadum, you can dip it in and it doesn't run off. Look at that. I almost prefer it with papadums. You get that crispiness and the beautiful texture of the sauce. And again, look, it just doesn't run off. It's perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is a very simple recipe to make. It's really a beautiful sauce. Actually goes with a lot of stuff. You can do it with a barbecue, with sausages or steak, anything you like. And of course, with Indian food, it goes just spectacularly well. So give this recipe a shot. Give it your own little take. Add something that I didn't do or take away something that I did do. Give it your own little remix. And I will catch you on the next one.